Cup, 21 AmeriCup, 22 World Cup. Number 6, Leonardo Roquinho. Been playing 3x3 since 2013. He's played a lot of 3x3 with the Weatherman. Number 10, Andre Ferros. Jonatas Mayo. He's been playing 3x3 since 14. Also was on that 20 Tokyo team. Pronunciation's okay on those names there, Victor, for the Brazilians?
You're pronouncing. I'm very proud of you, my friend. You're doing a very good job. Perhaps a few adjustments here or there, man, but you're doing great. So, for example, number 35, we would say Jonatas Melo.
Melo, okay.
Number 6,
so, that's
Melo.
one of those where in Spanish, the 2 L's would give you the
correct
Mayo sound, but
that's right. That's right. And then number 10, Andre Ferros, Leonardo Branquinho. And so you're there, my friend. You're doing a very good job. I'm proud of you, my brother.
Well, I know you roll the R's with the 2 R's in Ferros, but there's a little bit more of the Americanized pronunciation of that.
No, my brother, you're doing just fine. I'm sure that the viewers out there are enjoying our efforts here too. Not easy to switch languages back and forth, and talk about switching back and forth. It's good to see not only the Brazilian team here ready to compete as we expect them to, right? Big federation with a huge program there, so they're ready. And we also see a couple of guys who are also part of that Naval Academy program that they have going on in partnership. So guys are able to train all year round and then they have represent not only the military but their 3-on-3 national team. So great program that the Brazilian got going on. But I like Guatemala's size. Let's see if they can able to put that into play here. Take care of possessions. Don't turn the ball over. We've seen a lot of turnovers, Greg, on this outlet pass after a basket. Guys being sloppy a little bit on that kick out. So once you make that pass, that ball is live, and we've seen a couple of interceptions, steals on the outlet pass. Rather, you want to try to perhaps bring it over yourself or find a good angle, but don't give the ball up without having.
All 4 players for Brazil at that 6'6", 6'7" range. Just that kind of perfect size for the men's 3x3 game. You could play inside, you could play outside, you could handle the ball, you can shoot, be athletic, be strong, but still play at a high intensity for the entire duration of the game. So almost prototypical 3x3 players on this Brazilian roster. Guatemala, Pablo Gonzalez at 6'4", Miguel Gonzalez at 6 feet, Nesong Guerra at 5'10", and David Monteroso at 6'5". All 4 players from Guatemala City.
Craig, this is actually easy. It's kind of like how Coach John Wooden, legendary coach at UCLA, used to say, oh, you just need basketball players that can run, rebound, dribble, shoot, play defense, be coachable, but so it's just that, it's pretty simple. You bring that into your game and things are going to happen.
So Brazil and Guatemala on the floor getting warmed up before they did the actual introductions. So they pulled the players off the floor. Now they will do the introductions, as we've already done them. Want to welcome everybody in once again to the 2022 FIBA 3x3 AmeriCup tournament, day 2 of competition. Live from downtown Miami, AT&T East Plaza outside FTX Arena.
And if you're in Miami, you don't need much of a warm-up, Craig. All you got to do is just walk outside, and it's going to be warm, my friend. So these guys here, they're ready to go.
Alongside Victor Mansoure, I'm Craig Feda, and we see the Brazilians in green this time. We saw their scheme for Brazil. Very distinctive, very iconic. One thing that we do not have in the 3x3 is we don't have the national anthems before the games. which is a fun part for, at least for me as an American. Typically going to sporting events, we only hear the U.S. national anthem. Maybe we'll hear Canada's at a hockey game or Toronto Raptors game or Blue Jays. But South Americans are so familiar with each other's anthems. But for Americans to hear all those wonderful anthems out of South America, Brazil's is very distinctive. Love Brazil's national anthem.
And that's together, celebrate through playing, you know, and actually you're a rival on the game itself once the game starts, but before that and right after, there is no such distance. So it's so neat to see, you know, especially with, you know, society and some struggles that we might have as groups and our tribes sometimes. At least through sports, we can come together and include and embrace each other's cultures.
If we get a break in this game, perhaps Victor will sing a few bars of the Brazilian national anthem for us.
Yeah, I think I do know the lyrics, but if it depends on me singing, I'd rather stick with basketball commentating, my friend.
Our officials for this one, Gonzalo Paz and Kayla Dosmile. Young fans in attendance here. AT&T East Plaza outside FTX Arena, enjoying the action. And we are underway. Here's Monterroso getting it out to Pablo Gonzalez. His two-pointer missed, but the putback there is up and in. And Guatemala with an early 1-0 lead on the bucket by Monterroso. Now here's a whistle away from the ball as Melo and Pablo Gonzalez get tied up.
Yeah, Melo doing a good job on the weak side and try to front the post so he can receive that pass. And Guatemala had no option but to hold.
Oh, the beautiful find underneath from Branquinho. Melo. And Brazil ties it up. Defense there by Wehrman. Just stayed vertical with those hands straight up. Didn't leave his feet. And now Wehrman scores. Tied up at 2. 1 minute elapsed in this one. Now the 2 on the way. That's good. David Monterroso gives Guatemala a 4-2 lead. Now the weatherman making it rain. Ties it up at 4.
And making it rain because of that flare screen. See right here, away from the ball screen, just leaving him open all day.
Wehrman's shot misses. He knew he missed it, but couldn't track down the rebound on the follow. Now Pablo banging against Wehrman. Go to the deck. Pablo finally gets possession back, and a shot clock violation. So it'll be Brazil ball up top.
And Brazil caught a break there because they were arguing that it should have been a jump ball, but since there was no whistle, you cannot stop playing. You got to.
Andre Ferros scores. Tie it up at 5. Now on the drive, the left hand with a stop and go. Lets the defender fly on by. Miguel Gonzalez.
Stop on the dime, pump fake him away, and go to reverse on the other side, young man. That's how you do it, footwork. This game is about the footwork. Even though we know, say, basketball and we think shooting and it's played with our hands, you're only going to be able to get to the angles or to the spots or fake guys out with your ability to footwork, get you to a good angle with your feet and your hips. So good job that time.
Quick shot on the 2 there, missed by Miguel Gonzalez. Shot will not fall, but a whistle as Guatemala has the 1-point lead at 6-5.
6-5, and good decision this time here by Leonardo Branquinho, because he saw that Melo was going to set that screen away. As a matter of fact, Melo has done that a lot. He's not going for the ball screen, he's going for the away screen, and that's opening some spaces.
Yeah.
Guatemala did not clear. That's why Brazil kind of let them go a little bit. So unforced turnover here, mistake by Guatemala.
Gonzalo Paz on the call. And now the pass outside to Melo. His two-pointer is good. Jonatas Melo gives Brazil its first lead of the game at 8-6. Coming up on 7 minutes to play. Yeah, Miguel Gonzalez. Yeah, I'm not sure if that was a travel or a double dribble or what, but it's like he lost possession of it. Nobody else got it, and all of a sudden he picked it back up. As another two-pointer for Brazil, it's 10-7.
Let's see what the refs are going to take a look here on the monitor. Yeah. I wonder if they're going to the replay or not to try to check something out. No, they were just getting things squared away, and we will have a media timeout. You see right there, a media timeout. Good start to this game, Craig. Both Guatemala and Brazil playing hard, executing, you know, and Guatemala really taking it to Brazil in the beginning, matching up their physicality. So good start for them, and position here to try to win this game for Guatemala too. So good beginning.
Smaller Guatemalans staying with the Brazilians so far. 7, they now lead 10-7. Oh, beautiful feed there from Ferros to Branquinho.
Branquinho set the screen and rolled to the basket and got himself a layup.
Nice ball fake by Monterosso, but he couldn't seal the deal. Now outside to the weatherman. Missed that one. Was that tipped?
It was not tipped. It was going to be out, but perhaps it was an off-the-ball foul. I think a holding on that box.
Yeah.
Let's see right.
Yeah, it was on
Guatemala.
And out to Monterosso. Shot clock at 4. Monterosso on the drive. Up over
Good
Ferros
job,
and
young
in.
man.
Yeah, what body control
Crossover.
after the bump.
Right to left, and the body control, like you said, Greg. Beautiful hoop.
Now Brazil with a couple of air balls on 2-point attempts. First Wehrman and now Ferros. Both missing badly on 2-point attempts. Here's Miguel Gonzalez. And out to Guerra. Shot clock at 5. Neo. Now Wehrman. I think Wehrman's shoelaces untied. Yeah, look at that.
Shoelaces untied. And I just have to emphasize this because we're seeing so many different styles of play. And Jonathan Melo, every time Brazil has the ball, he's looking to go set a screen to somebody away from the ball. So that is really opening up some gaps for Brazil. Because we appreciate the guy that can score, and we can all see that. But you got to appreciate the guy who's getting people open.
Branquinho's jump shot misses. Getting up and in. A shot after the contact. Brazil now with a 4-point edge, 12-8. Coming up on the halfway point of this game. Two-pointer by Gonzalez is not successful. And now inside to Melo. No shot. Foul before the shot.
Here's that seal, and perhaps they're going to call it an offensive foul right there. You see there's too much sealing, too much boxing out. So that time, a little bit of Melo's medicine went against him.
Monterosso. Oh, what a beautiful feed on the cut. The fade away. Oh, what a beautiful play by Guatemala. Miguel. Brazil answers right away, though, with a shot by Ferros, and it's still a 4-point Brazil lead, 13-9. Gonzalez to the
Good take,
baseline.
good defense.
Yeah, working on Ferro. Excellent defense by Ferro.
And then just the weak side help. Too much, and then was late to challenge a play, and Guerra here is going to have a chance to earn it at the line.
Rebound by Branquinho. Wehrman back over to
Ferros
David
went up with that.
Monterosso. Yeah, the emphatic swat from behind.
He went up with that, you know, a bit too slow. That gave enough time for the recovery, and a beautiful block. Get that out of here. They could go all the way back to Guatemala, my friend, and say, you're not bringing this over, is it? And now perhaps, are we having a review here where they call in a foul? Yes, they are. So, oh, that's too bad. That's what happened, because it seemed like it was a fair, clean block up top.
Ferros team 10, 3:50 to play. Now, Victor, did you ever play in an environment where there was music playing all the time like this? That's something you think would distract you, especially if you were at the free throw line, or are you just so focused on the game that the music doesn't really matter at all?
Doesn't matter at all, Craig. You know, what happens too is that sometimes in practice, right, you would have one of those practice that, you know, coaches are trying to put in a good ambiance, and so you practice with loud music on, right? Especially because when you go and play in tough environments, you're going to hear all kinds of stuff, you know, and all kinds of not nice stuff sometimes. So you have to be able to block that out, be able to block out even the music and just kind of focus with it, you know what I mean? And I've seen players on the offensive end, as funny as it may sound, kind of like play through the rhythm if they get a music, a real factor, but for some people it may be.
Well, even if there's no music coming over the public address, the fans often, especially in the 5-on-5 international environment, you'll hear a lot of music coming from the stands. You know, vuvuzelas going constantly. I think in Mexico City, I think we had a whole horn and drum section in the Armadillo.
That's right, my friend. So you got to be able to zoom that out. You know, I mean, just like he zoomed that one out and up and in. Beautiful shot by Branquinho.
How did that go in? What?
Oof. What was that? Good defense, but better offense, my friend. 1-2 step, able to twist his body, get it.
Well, I almost thought that Melo blocked it off the floor, and it went in.
Well, on his second step,
I missed off
1-2
that.
right there, he kind of slowed down a little bit.
Okay.
And just the ability to shoot over his right shoulder. Beautiful touch to get that in.
So Brazil needs just 2 to win.
Yep.
Leading 19-12 with 2:51 to play.
And they can ice it down here, Craig, with the 2 shots coming up.
Wehrman tries to flip that one up over the backboard. No look, one hand. There's that iconic video from back in the 80s of Larry Bird along the baseline of the Boston Garden shooting that one over the backboard. I saw one in Italy last year where it was even more impressive than that. It was either Olimpia Milano or Segafredo Bologna. Guy was falling out of bounds over the baseline, chucked it up, and it wasn't quite a three-pointer, but it was farther away. It was just one of the most miraculous shots I've ever seen. Nothing but net, too.
No, and you get that, Craig. You know, sometimes it could be a lucky shot, but there's some dudes that actually practice these shots, right? They're known for that. They do unorthodox, you know, situations where when it comes down to, they have already practiced one thing. And then the other one too is that if you try to shoot above the over the top and have enough good arch in it, a good angle, you're gonna have a good probability chance of making it. So practice that shot. Don't let it be a lucky one. So when you need it, you have that.
Wehrman for the win. Can't get it. Melo couldn't track down the rebound, but now Ferros has it, gets it to Melo, and he goes glass for the easy lay-in, and Brazil downs Guatemala 21-14.
Got him with the move that they did all game.